Yeah, so CJ, we're still chilling here at Winter Strong. They're fixing to pick teams for the big competition. I am not going to be able to do it this year, and I'm pretty bummed out about that. So as we were talking about before, it's an extremely eclectic group of individuals. I mean, skill sets all over the freaking map. I was very fortunate last year to meet some, cool people here, including Laura, who I just introduced you to. So, Fire Master and world reigning champion in Naked and Afraid. I don't know if there's a title or anything for that, but you've definitely, been on several of those and smoked the shit out of that thing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, so.
It's fun.
All right, so Laura, what would you call what you do?
I struggle with that because I think the word survival is like a bit of a stretch. Like, definitely conjures up some images of, people in basements with like 7 years worth of popcorn. I'm like a backcountry specialist, but survival is definitely a thing. It's part of that, but it's mostly so that I don't need to be tethered to anything, and I can go out on longer extreme trips when I don't need to bring a bunch of gear with me. So for me, it's more about just being able to exist without anything and know that I'm going to be able to take care of myself, because that's what being human is.
Right. Okay, so we're out at Winter Strong, and you're doing some stuff over here with fire and some little clinics. Now, Mac had told me that that's what you were doing, and, just to be humorous, you were the least likely person I would assume was doing that sort of thing. So obviously this has been with you for a while. So when did you get started messing with this sort of thing?
It's been a while now. When I was a kid, I was super weird, didn't have a lot of friends, so I spent a lot of time in the woods and hung out with a lot of animals there. They were kind of like my friends.
Right.
Sounds really sad. I can only make friends with these animals, but I had this pack of coyotes that tolerated me, and I would spend so much time out there. I could basically be, within 15 feet of them at all times. They'd have their pups out.
Crazy.
It was exciting. They just got used to me, I guess. But I really was frustrated that I felt like an alien in this landscape. It was this place where they were existing, and I had to go home and sleep in a bed, and my mom would make me dinner, and I just wondered what was wrong with me. I didn't seem to fit it anywhere. So I wanted to become this human animal, because that's where I felt at home, and I wanted to figure out how I could live and get everything I needed without having to just go back to civilization and visit this place I loved so much.
Right now, how old were you though when you?
It's about 8. I really started getting out there, and then from then on it was pretty full on. Just as much time as I could spend out there I did, and it was before YouTube and how-to videos, so I would try to meet people, talk to people, pick up some tips, and then I just started putting myself in really dumb situations, and the greater the need, the greater the result is what I've basically lived by. You throw yourself in the fire, you got to figure out how to get out of it. And
excuse the metaphor.
Yeah.
Yep. So by contrast, 8 years old, I was doing the same stuff. Oh wait, I was bird watching.
He was bird watching. That's right. Mac was raised by birds, robins, and shit like that.
Yep.
Okay, so all right, so now this is all self-initiated. You didn't have anybody, some Grizzly Adams kind of dude.
No, I would have loved,
the help,
I was
right.
looking for that creature that also lived out in the woods that was human-like. But no, it was self-taught, and anytime I found someone who knew some stuff, I'm like, teach me what you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean it. I'll work for it. I'll do whatever. But I want the knowledge, and so I would pick up stuff. I had a friend taught me how to make bows when I was young, and got into hunting. Taught myself how to butcher by picking up roadkill, and process a lot of process a lot. If you're not a good hunter, you got to get your
You
food
taught
somewhere.
yourself how to butcher by picking up roadkill.
Yeah, I picked up a beaver.
It's like a lyric from a metal song or something, man.
That's cool as hell, man.
It was Easter Sunday. I convinced my sister in her Camaro to drive me back to this beaver that we saw dead on the road coming back from church, and put it in a trash bag, went into the woods with my dead beaver, a really dull Kershaw, a pickle jar, and a pickaxe, because I wanted to get the brains and brain tan, because I knew that was a thing, I just didn't know how to do it, and got a scrap of the hide and messed around with it till it was,
Now, do you have any other siblings or family member or that you would had a similar thing? Because this is really strange.
They thought I was going to be a
Some
serial
outlier
killer for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah, it's a really outlier.
Yeah, no, they definitely thought I was going to be a serial killer. It was, I have a sister who's a doctor and a sister who's a lawyer. So the sister who was a doctor, actually, she was like still in school, but she came with me and kind of went out and watched, and I think that freaked her out even more to see me pickaxing open a beaver's brain.
Right.
But, I got better at it every time and spent a lot of nights cold and hungry and wet, and next time it would be a little bit better. And then when I learned an area, I was like, all right, I got to travel. So didn't have money, so started hitchhiking and riding freight trains to crazy places to change the landscape. And then I would do the same thing there and move on. And it was just this like constant hunger after that. And it was the best thing about it. It was, you'd think that it would be super empowering and I'd get this ego about it, but it's the most humbling thing.
Well, it's nature, right?
Yeah, you realize you're not in control.
You're always contending with something bigger than yourself.
And you're never going to win.
Yeah.
You, she decides what happens, and then you got to roll with those punches, and all you can control is your reaction, and your circumstances are thrown at you, and then you change for that. And so it was a lot of skills I learned that helped me develop in ways I wasn't expecting, because you can take those skills and use them anywhere in your life.
Okay, so I mean, this is and is not entrepreneurial because it's very adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
It's your own project. You're on your own. You're not looking initially to monetize something like this. You're completely driven by the love of the game, right? As they say. So, but now you're in a space where something like that, and being that outlier, can be monetized and can be, you ended up on a reality show.
Right. I mean, it's been, and that definitely, wasn't a big money maker, but it is funny that I can now take that and translate it and teach people and get to share what I love, because man, Survivalist, or whatever it is that I am, was not on the list, they give you in high school that you get to choose from for careers. And it's kind of the beauty. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with social media, but the greatest part of it is just connecting with other people and getting to share what you do, and just, some other people are apparently crazy in this world too. So
no, that is the strange part about that is it's the necessary evil.
Absolutely. It's all about that relationship with it.
Yeah, and that you can actually target people who have that specific interest. That's pretty powerful, because I imagine prior to that, growing up, you, as you said, felt very much alone.
Yeah, and then I continued to be a weirdo, and it brought me this amazing community.
Now, have you ever met somebody where you're like, oh my God, that's me?
No, but I see parts of myself in other people.
Right.
It's like the same kind of crazy. I mean, everyone that's here is kind of the same kind of crazy. Even if that passion takes a totally different route, it's still that same mental attitude and approach to life of just being passionate about something and not just dipping your toe in. We're jumping in.
So are you stationary now, wherever you live? Are you moving around?
I've been nomadic for over 15 years, but I'm pretty stationary right now. I've been in Montana since the beginning of the pandemic, and I could spend the rest of my life there and never see all of it.
Do you have a place there? You can use an RV or?
I actually live with my friend Jana, stay in her place. I spent a lot of time out in the wilderness there, so it's a great home base to come back and have a shower and whatever. But then I want to be out all the time. Okay,
so what are you doing now to monetize what you do?
Not much. Luckily, the great thing about survival is you don't need a lot of money.
Yeah,
but
true.
I do. I'm filming a TV show for Carbon TV. It's an internet TV network, and I do teaching selectively. I don't want to teach all the time because I always want to be excited about it. So I don't always just want to teach the same thing, because when it gets repetitive and I'm not passionate about it, I'm not going to be able to be a good teacher anymore. It's like I just want to hold on to that passion and keep feeding myself so I can feed others. I don't just want to empty it all and just be. When I first started down this path, I didn't think it was going to be a career, and the fact that it just happens, it's like I just follow what I'm passionate about and the rest falls into place. I think money's easy when you want to put your mind to it, but hanging on to enjoying life and just being happy is so important that it all just kind of comes together, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, listen, I appreciate you giving us some of your time.
Laura,
Thanks so much.
appreciate it. Again, like I said, CJ, the amount of people that you meet here, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
And you never know
who
you're sitting next to and talking. Right. NFL football player, Medal of Honor winner.
I just thought it was a metal chick.
Yeah, right, yeah,
Metal chick. Dude, they got metal chicks here. What's
It's
up?
metal.
I mean, and the best part is, it's
What
like
she does is metal.
Yeah, that's right.
Metal attitude.
here the biggest accomplishments people have are sometimes not even the coolest part about them. You know, like
Right.
you'll meet someone and you're like, okay, yeah, you're that, but also
Yep.
you find out all this other amazing stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, very good. Thank you,
Yeah, thank you.
Laura.